Hey guys, welcome to today's video. If you're new here, my name is Hailey and welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to be doing a little day in my life. So I just got to the barn. It's like 8 o'clock right now. I actually have to take off Savannah's wraps right now because she's getting sweated from a swollen leg. And I'm just going to take you guys through my day. So let's go get Savannah's sweat off and get started. Are you excited? So Savannah has a pretty swollen leg right now. We don't exactly know what it's from, but she's still sound. So we had our vet out to look at her yesterday and he suggested to sweat it. So that's what I did last night. So now I have to take it off. So for those of you who don't know, sweating a horse's leg is something that you do whenever a horse has swelling. And the way that my vet told me to do it specifically for Savannah was to take some DMSO and Furazone and put that on her knee and tendon, just all the areas that it was swollen basically. And once the sweat solution was put on, I put some saran wrap and vet wrap on to protect her leg from getting it all over. And then I put some cottons and wraps on over top to give her tendon some support overnight. Also, mini disclaimer, make sure you get your own vet's advice if your horse has a swollen leg. Don't go off of my YouTube video. This solution generally is only allowed to be on for a max of 12 hours. So hers was only on for, I think, 11, I want to say. And then I took it off with just some soap and water, and I used gloves because DMSO is actually not super good for people to get on their skin. So basically, after I got her leg all soaped up, I rinsed all that water off, and I actually ended up doing a second round of soap just to make sure that all the DMSO and the sweat solution was all washed off. And once her leg was clean, I just rubbed it with a towel to get all the extra water off before I walked her back to her stall. So now, why are you spooking so much? She's spooking at the new sign, I think. So now that her leg is all clean, I'm gonna just toss her back in her stall for a bit, just so that her fur can dry before I put them outside. They don't go outside for another 20 minutes though, so I think that'll be enough time for her leg to dry before they all go outside. In the meantime, I have to go clean up the wash stall, and I have to actually blanket Missy because she's pretty fat and hairy, so I didn't want her to be sweating in the barn overnight because it is pretty warm in here, so I'm gonna throw her a blanket on. Once Missy's blanket was on, I actually hopped back over to the other barn because I had to clean up my mess from taking all of Savannah's sweating off. And for some reason, I was too lazy to go and get the hose that actually goes in our wash stall, so I ended up just using a bucket and refilling the bucket over and over again and splashing that on the floor to clean it, which wasn't efficient in the slightest. Once I finished cleaning the wash stall in the most ineffective way possible, I cleaned up all the other stuff that I laid out, and I actually threw her cottons in the washing machine because it was covered in Furazone. And anybody who works with Furazone would know that it's gross. Once I was done throwing her stuff in the washing machine, it was time to actually start turning out. I always start with Savannah because she is the most persistent one who needs to go outside first. And then after her, I take out Libby. And you can also see how absolutely disgusting Libby has made her blanket overnight. And Libby's also very funny because most of the time when horses go outside, they get really excited and they run around or they roll in the snow, whereas Libby runs directly to her food. So I'm probably not going to film turning all the horses out just because I got like 26 horses to turn out, so I'm gonna definitely skip over a couple because there's a couple paddocks that have 5 or 6 horses in them, so those paddocks I'm gonna skip because 5 horses plus trying to hold a camera is a little hard. Last but not least is you, Brunello. Right, dude. Let's go. Your boyfriend is excited. So all the horses are outside now. If you guys saw my morning routine, then you're probably gonna know what I do now, because basically after all the horses are outside, I now blow out the barn. I blow all the dirt out. Since the horses are outside, it doesn't matter that we use the blower. If the horses are inside, we use the broom. But basically now I just have to blow out the hallway. I'm unrolling the extension cord right now. I just have to blow out the hallway, and then I have to water the stalls, and then this barn is all done and ready for them to come inside in about 2 hours or so, because we actually have a big snowstorm coming. So the horses are going to be coming inside a little earlier than they normally would. Normally they get to be outside for most of the day, but with the snowstorm coming, I don't think anybody wants to be outside. So right now I'm just checking all the horses' water, making sure that nobody's water's nasty, basically. Because I know that there's a couple horses that tend to poop in their water buckets, or for example, Hudson, he likes to put hay cubes in his buckets, and it's extra gross. I'll show you guys. So he pretty much always takes his hay cubes from his bucket and put them in his water bucket. I literally dumped this bucket yesterday. I think Hudson is annoying Asahi. So this barn's all done. Now I'm gonna head over to the other barn, see where my parents are about mucking, and then I'm probably gonna blow and water that barn. So there's a change of plan because it turns out I have to go to the feed store. So that's what we're gonna do now. They are always so nice in there. And look, oh, blocking the camera. Look what I found. I finally found the Shapley's light oil. Alexandra from Zan Can on TikTok, she was talking about the #1 light oil, but how good it is for your horse's coat. And I've been trying to find it ever since. Like, I've been to like 3 different tack stores, and I never thought to look at my local tack store, because like my local feed store, because it's like my feed store is so small. Like, I showed you guys the horse section, it's very small, but like they had it, and I'm very happy. And I'm actually ordering in the #2 oil to use on their legs. So we're gonna have a full horse makeover soon. But now it's time to go home and unload all the feed that's in the back that you can't see. But yeah, I'll see you guys when I get home. So I just finished blowing at the barn, and basically all that I have left to do is to water this barn, and then I get to go have lunch. So I'm all done in the barn. I basically have a bit before I have to turn in and then start doing horse's feet. So I'm going to go grab some gas, and I'm gonna go grab some lunch. Hello, Conehead. Hello, Conehead. Maverick got neutered, so now he is a little Conehead for a while. After I got back to the barn, I started turning all the horses in. But like I said about turning out the horses, there's 26 to turn in, so enjoy this time lapse. So I'm all done turning in my parents' horses. Oh my god, it is so bright outside. Now I just have to turn in my girls as well as the back paddock. Hey, time to go inside. I always have to make sure I do have Libby's throat latch, because she can actually escape from her halter. Oh, Savannah, your girlfriend. Too bad Libby doesn't like you that much. But yeah, I always have to do the throat latch up on Libby, like no matter what. Otherwise, she's gonna try to escape from her halter. Maybe when I put her in her stall, I'll see if she'll give you guys a demonstration. Come on. All right, let's take your throat latch off. Go in your stall. All right, Libby. I can't even tell you how many times, like, when I was a kid, I would just be walking Libby in from the paddock, and all of a sudden the lead rope would just, like, drag on the ground, and I'd be like, wow, Libby's not trying to eat or anything. But then I'd turn around and Libby wouldn't be there. It happened more often than I'd like to admit. Savannah. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. You are so gross. Yep. Open. Sesame. I also know that I've got quite a few questions asking me about where I got my halters that have these fuzzies on them. I actually just got them from my local tack shop, and then I bought the like shipping fuzzies separate, and then I spent a night basically sewing the fuzzies onto the halters. I didn't do a very good job on some of them. You can see it's coming off, but I did a really good job on Ophelia's, so I'm probably going to take all my halters home one day and redo it and try to make them actually stay on better. But yeah, I basically sewed all of the fuzzies right to the thing. Also, I'm sorry if I'm squinting all these shots of me outside. I don't know if you guys know, I actually have like really sensitive eyes, so like if it's too bright outside I start crying. Like I'm crying right now. Like if it's too bright outside my eyes start watering. Ugh. You're tall. Yeah, like if the sun is too bright outside, then my eyes start watering like a lot. I'm one of those people that wears sunglasses like year round basically, because it's just so bright outside. But I'm probably just gonna time lapse the other 7 horses that I have to catch, because like I said earlier, there's a lot of horses. So I'm just gonna do a time lapse, and I'll see you guys once we start doing some farrier work on my ponies. Well, I'm all done turning in now. I basically, for the rest of the day, I'm going to be doing some farrier stuff with my dad. So, yeah, I'm gonna go get that started.
Are you filming me?
Currently, I'm filming the floor. Now I'm filming you.
Why? Normally, we do horses' feet in that barn because there's the wash stall, but our horses almost just died. Stuff's really hard to carry with one hand. So normally we do horses' feet in my parents' barn, but we're actually doing my horses today. So I'm just bringing all my dad's stuff over here while he gets ready, because my dad's actually a farrier. I don't know if I've ever talked about that in any videos. I know I have on TikTok, but yeah, he is the farrier for all of our horses. So today we're doing Libby's feet and Savannah's feet. So
Can you serve him?
Okay.
I don't know if it's gonna work or not. It's either gonna be brilliant or stupid.
I mean, you can't use the knife when it's dull anyway. So either you're going to be able to use it or you're not going to be use it anyway.
Woo! Feels good. Maybe I'll do both of them then.
So I hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog. I am not going to include riding in this one, mainly because I ride in pretty much every one of my vlogs, and I'm basically doing the exact same thing as I did last week, where I'm riding Ophelia and I'm riding Miss Canada. So yeah, my life is pretty repetitive right now just because we're in lockdown, plus it's the winter time, so we're not doing much anyway. Don't get me wrong, like come summertime, I'm gonna have so many different videos. It's gonna be a whole bunch of really interesting and cool content, but for now there's only so much I can think of for a voiceover of me riding every single week when I'm basically doing the same thing over and over again. So yeah, no riding in this video. But anyways, if you guys are new to my channel and you like my videos, make sure to subscribe, as well as like this video down below, as well as leave your thoughts down in the comments and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any of my new videos. And if you guys want to follow me on my other platforms, my TikTok and my Instagram names are right here, but they'll also be linked down in the description box. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later.